Hey baby, what's this? Oh, thank you baby, love you. Huh, Friday Night Funkin', hmm? Haven't touched this script in a year or more, wow.
Beep.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Darkness, and I am DarknessStone, and today we're talking about Friday Night Funkin'. Now I'm going to go over some preamble before I get into the real meat and potatoes, or the real harmonies and choruses of this video. So if you wish to skip the history, please skip here. Now onto the history. Friday Night Funkin', also known as FNF, was originally created for the Loader Dare 47, a game jam, before releasing on Newgrounds and just under a month later on November 1st, 2020. The game was about a boy named Boyfriend taking part in rap battles against folks to impress his girlfriend named Girlfriend. Creative, I know. This game was made by a few people, but the main person behind the project is called Ninja Muffin 99 or Cameron Taylor. There are a few other names on this project, such as Kawaii Sprite and Phantom Arcade, but I don't think I'll be getting in too much depth with them while writing this script. But the game blew up on Newgrounds and became a smash hit, and that is from two things and two things only, aside from the quality of the game. And that is the fan base and the open sourcing. I'm going to get to open sourcing first, since it was much easier to explain and get into before we get to the fan base. Open source, and taking this straight from Google, open source refers to software where the source code is made available freely for anyone to use, modify, and distribute. It's a collaborative development model that emphasizes transparency and community participation. That means the game is not only easily moddable, but anyone can, not requiring permission from the creators themselves to avoid copyright issues. This is a huge symbol of trust between the team behind the game and its fan base. There are many games that have been open source, but from what I can find, Friday Night Funkin' has been the biggest one that I have come across. Because of this open sourcing, the fan base got to make their own version of things in the game, making mods, and that's where we get to the fan base. The fan base of Friday Night Funkin' grew exponentially after the modding the game became practice. This caused the game not only to skyrocket in popularity, crashing the Newgrounds site more than once, and that made mods more popular. That made more fans. Then more mods got made from these new fans, and the cycles continued. It did eventually reach a plateau, but then it got revived thanks to a certain set of mods, but we'll get into those later. We will start at the beginning. There are many mods that have been said to skyrocket Friday Night Funkin's popularity, but the few I want to spotlight are the three big ones I know of: Sky Mod, the Witty Mod, and the Smoky Mouth Struggle vs. Garcello or the Hazy River Mod. These three mods set the early framework for the mod scene because it brought more people into the fandom from their quality. I came to the fandom back in late November of 2020, even wanted to make a mod at one point, but it just didn't work out. But when these mods came out, I ate them up. The music was good, it had a flush of creativity, and so much that it came together, it was truly something special from a fan-made project. The Sky mod, for starters, was one of the first big mods, being based on a fangirl on TikTok. This mod was made by BB Panzu, who I actually got to interview previously, but I never got to release that video. He has also made a shit ton more mods, all of which are amazing quality, and he's one of my favorite mod creators. And he's also made my favorite mod character, Sunday. However, the Sky mod wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. The creator of Sky, the character originally, the TikTok person, had a full mental breakdown, and the mod eventually got taken down, and the new Sky character got owned by new people, but even that is decisive. BB Ponzu has since discredited the mod, but even I know that wasn't his intention to hurt anybody. It was just circumstance and bad actors that caused this whole situation to go downhill. The Witty mod was the first mod to have original cutscenes, which the Sky mod soon followed suit. The Witty mod, however, I believe was the big selling point in the modding community in the Five Nights at Funkin'. The big selling point in the modding in the Friday Night Funkin' scene. The mod was big, and I mean big, and most people who knew of Friday Night Funkin' knew who Witty was. This mod, created by Nate Animate and coded by KDev, was a smash success, with the fandom loving the character so much that he got lots of mods just about him with different skins and designs, even being shipped with another fan character, Carol, also made by BB Panzu. This mod was well known for its enhanced difficulty as well compared to other mods, which set the stage for other mods in the future. Lastly, we have the Hazy River mod, which was made by Asu Over, and they really outdid themselves. This is a Friday Night Funkin' song base that I listen to most to, having even a slowed and reverb version and a metal version on my playlist of Smoke 'Em Out Struggle. The mod itself had great music and animation. It was the first mod to have one of the singers talking or actually singing in the mod, with the phrase, "tight bars little man," at the drop of the song. It started something new in the fandom, lyric songs, but we'll get back into that later. Now came the Friday Night Funkin' Kickstarter in 2021, where I was one of the first 30,000 people who pledged, and I got my name in the credits when it eventually comes out. The Kickstarter was funded within hours and had well over $2 million donated to have the game made. I pledged $5, small drop in the bucket, but still. The Kickstarter has actually been a huge source of controversy for the game, with many people not receiving the rewards 4 years later. The posters, the pins, to records, there's over 20,000 comments on the page, and I scrolled for 5 minutes and didn't see anyone who said they got their back rewards. I tried messaging the Funkin team originally to ask them about the game and their plans via Kickstarter, but when I checked it the next day, my message was reported spam, and I have no idea if that's automated or not. The last Kickstarter update on Kickstarter itself was in July of 2024, almost a year ago. However, the Twitter has been much more active, showing the latest teaser of the mobile version of the game on the 11th of June, not counting a merch promotion. I won't say, however, the game will come out or not. That is not mine to say. But the last update on the game came out in the March of this year, so I think there still is a good chance, in my opinion, that this game will come out and have quality. I won't speak on the other people who backed the game, but still. After the Kickstarter, Friday Night Funkin' started to hit a low point in popularity as 2023 and 2024 came around, but around a year ago, it got revitalized by something I mentioned earlier in this video: lyrics. Now, lyric mods were something that wasn't entirely new, but it really blew up with the rise of the mod Silly Billy, or its actual name, Hit Single. This mod was truly something cool, with the mod not only having lyrics but animated cutscenes, lore, etc. It inspired many other lyric-based mods, such as Twiddlefinger based off the Brain Rot YouTube channel, and the Rotten Smoothie, my personal favorite, which has based off Annoying Orange. These mods relaunched the popularity of Friday Night Funkin', with many new people entering the fandom and making their own mods. This is kind of like the golden age compared to the silver age that happened years before. These mods blew up in popularity, and with it, Friday Night Funkin' re-entered the public eye. Now, I talked about their history, the mods, the fanbase, etc., but one thing I've really talked about is the game itself. Does it deserve all of this hype? Does it deserve all of this praise? Or is it really the fan base that really carried the game to where it is today? Let's look into it. Now, Friday Night Funkin' game is good. Don't get me wrong. It plays well, it's responsive, the visuals are clean and stylistic, and the music, which is a big thing for a rhythm game, is good. I feel like this game, in the state it is now, is a good basis. But there's something that's really missing in the game that I've discovered as I began making this video. And that one thing is cohesion. This game has a loose story about a boyfriend wanting to get Friday Night Funkin' with his girlfriend. Things go from place to place, random things happening, with random rap battles just kind of popping out of thin air. It feels like things are unrelated to each other. I'm sure when the game comes out, there's going to be something to fix this with actual cutscenes or at least text bobbles between the weeks. But I feel like it's missing a huge part of itself, with the story being sporadic. I want to say this, the Friday Night Funkin' game is a good basis, but it's not the full game, nor do I think it's anything truly special. I want to explain this. Any rhythm game, if it was open source, could have done this. If Parappa the Rapper was open source, it could have done this. So it could have done with Dance Dance Revolution, but since Friday Night Funkin' was the first to do it in the modern online day, it became a large hit that it is today. And the community, I believe, not the game itself, is what made the game what it was. they pulled a lot of weight in keeping this game alive. If the mod scene wasn't there, if the fan base wasn't there, the game wouldn't nearly be as popular in my opinion. Does that mean the game is bad? No, not at all. I don't feel comfortable giving a ranking or any kind of thing until the full game comes out, whenever that is, and I don't feel comfortable doing it again with the bad taste in my mouth left by the reported spam on the Kickstarter request. But I feel like the fandom is more of an experience than the original game itself. The fandom has outgrown the game in my opinion, and I can't say that's a bad thing either, because what is a game without its players and fan base? Nothing. But with an audience, something like this can truly be Funkin. Now that's all folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. Now I would like to thank a few people, first being my thumbnail artist Bushi. Here's their blue sky handle and the image of their page. Their art is amazing and I'm happy to call them my thumbnail artist and friend. I'd like to thank my Patreon supporters Zerkatry News, Weep, Person, Vixen, Villain, X Hunter. For now, it was wonderful having you in my cabin. But for now, support the original artist, get cozy, and enjoy your night. May the darkness guide you.